Welcome back for another video. Who are the best players we should be buying for Gameweek27 and beyond? Let's break it down nice and simple by position with help from FPL review projections. We're also going to take a look at the best assistant managers later as well. It's a tight turnaround this week. As a reminder, the next deadline's on Tuesday. So goalkeepers first then. Next game week, Raya's just ahead top of the table on 3.9 points, and then it's Onana, Flecken and Jurgensen joint second. It's very hard to have any confidence in Man United's defence right now. The one thing going in their favour is it is Ipswich home this week, plus they've got Leicester away in blank game week 29. Onana or the United defenders only really work if you need someone to plug into your team for those 2 weeks. Even then, I think I'd look elsewhere. Avoid Jurgensen as well. Maresca indicated that he may or may not be in goal for the Saints fixture after making a mistake that cost them the game against Villa. Peak FPL with Flecken now keeping back-to-back clean sheets when so few have got him now, but well played if you do and if you caught those clean sheets. There isn't much separating the keepers this week, or the next 5 to be honest with you. It's just Raya who's well ahead on 19.9 points. What does work in his favour is he plays in blank game week 29, and coming out of that, Arsenal still have good fixtures. They've got Fulham home game week 30, Everton away game week 31, so he does work up until the wildcard window. Around game week 31, when I expect many are going to be looking to use their wildcard, ahead of double game week 32 and 33, which will be coming in back-to-back weeks. So if you've still got your wildcard, then yeah, game week 30 or 31 are probably the time to pencil in the chip. It's likely to be the best opportunity given that you can attack the two doubles. Kepa and Sarr don't make the table this week, but they're both worth a mention because they are second and third for projected points over the next 5 game weeks. Sarr's only 4.3 mil, Kepa 4.6 mil. Wolves are home to Fulham next game week, Bournemouth away to Brighton. If I was picking either, it would be Kepa personally. Better defence, and he only costs a little bit more, and they're basically the budget alternatives to Raya. Both of them also come out of the blank with a nice couple of fixtures until whenever you need to wildcard. Arsenal's 22.6 expected goals conceded this season ranks better than any team, so if money's no object, get Raya. Bournemouth's 34.5 XGC ranks 7th best, and then Wolves are way down in 15th. Let's move on to the defenders next. So yeah, let's be real. Are we really buying any Man United defenders even though they're home to Ipswich and top of the table? Probably not. It is Dorgu and Daly that top the table, but if you want to target the fixtures coming up, I'd look towards Chelsea. In fairness, they've not been great recently either, but Chelsea do have Southampton home and then Leicester home coming up. The catch, of course, is they face Arsenal in game week 29. There's every chance that you can make up the points in the next 2 before them. Or if you're free hitting game week 29, then even more incentive to prioritise Chelsea with a defender transfer. Which one then? Cucurella is the one to go for. He's nailed in that left back spot, as opposed to James, who's not a guaranteed starter in right back. Colwill is nailed, but Cucurella is likely to get you return basically, albeit unlikely. 3.39 XGI this season for Cucurella, 1.66 for Colwill. Colwill is 0.7 mil cheaper though, and he's a solid pick if you need someone to tide you over the next couple of weeks. So Liverpool have got consecutive home fixtures as well. It's Newcastle home, and then it's Southampton home. Now Trent makes the table, he's on 4.4 points. He's basically in the don't buy, don't sell territory, unless you're free hitting in game week 29. Liverpool do have PSG either side of that Southampton fixture, so we're going to have to do our best to predict the player minutes. It's not up until the blank that you can make a strong case of selling Trent, to be honest with you, unless it looks like he won't start in game week 28. So Munoz has now got more points than any defender in the league over the last 6 games played, with 41 points. 2 double-digit returns in his last 3 as well, after scoring against Fulham and keeping a clean sheet. Palace also got 2 home fixtures before they blank, like Liverpool. Palace's fixtures are Villa home and then Ipswich home. So it's the same story as Trent really. Don't buy, don't sell. Unless you're free hitting in game week 29, then you could consider buying him. No Bournemouth defenders on the table this week. Like Kepa, they are worth a mention though, given their next 5 fixtures. They're away at Brighton next though, which historically has been a coin toss fixture. 5 wins each in their last 11 meetings. And they're going to be without Zabanya as well, so if you can wait, it might be worth it waiting directly till game week 29 if you need a defender that week. Gabriel, the only Arsenal defender making the table this week, away to Forest in game week 27. Something that I'm deliberating is actually benching him for Munoz, despite Gabriel being slightly ahead here by 0.3. Basically just favour the added goal threat of Munoz. It's an absolutely brilliant goal he scored against Fulham. He looked certain to drill a cross in, he faked it, he took his time and blasted a shot past Leno himself instead. He's playing with real confidence right now, as are Palace actually. That assist from Mateta was quality as well. Moving on to the midfielders, which makes for a very interesting reading. Palmer's well ahead, he's on 9.1 points, and is Salah second on 7.4. Depending on who you ask, you're going to get a different answer regarding captaincy. Like Palmer's playing against the worst team in the league, but the Salah captainers are going to justify it on Palmer being out of form and Chelsea. Just 1 assist for Palmer in 5 games, and they've lost 3 of their last 4. And of course, Salah's on record-breaking pace this season for points. Who are you going with for captain? Leave a comment below. You can also justify Palmer as a potential opportunity, but we'll have to see how the effective ownerships play out. It might not be that different in the end, given Palmer is still highly owned. In 3rd place on the table, it's Bowen. You might remember a few weeks ago we were saying as soon as he's back from injury, he could be a really handy player, given they don't blank in Gameweek 29 as well. And he's got 2 goals in 3 games since returning now, plus he's got Leicester home next, who've now lost 10 of their last 11 games. 4 goals conceded against Brentford by Leicester. It's a huge differential. It's only 3.3% owned. Just a bit pricey for 7.3 mil, unfortunately. There's actually loads of mid-price picks this week. Bruno's home to Ipswich and he's on the table. And he did score last match as well. Make no mistake, Man United were really poor and they were lucky to come away with a point. He only took 1 shot, which was that free kick he scored. Man United only took 3 shots all game. I'd go for Bowen over Bruno personally. Even cheaper is the forgotten man in Nkunku. And he's been getting the minutes recently because of Jackson's injury. But I think I'd avoid him unless you're free hitting the blank and you want to take the punt on him. Because they do have Arsenal in Gameweek 29 and then they've got Spurs. And Jackson could be back by the Spurs game. The Bournemouth mids really tick the box longer term. They're projected slightly more points than Nkunku for the next 5 as well. So just on the Bournemouth mids actually, Evan Nilsson was back on the bench last match ahead of schedule. If you're buying a midfielder now, then Semenyo and Clive are a bit more safe really, because Evan Nilsson could come back in as striker at some point, if he comes into the 11 that is. Like, they have done really well in his absence in fairness, so it could be Dango's spot until the form drops. And even then, he could just move Dango to the wing, but I wouldn't take any chances when we're cutting it fine with our free transfers that we've got available before the blank game week. So the Arsenal mids aren't looking as appealing this week given it's Forest away. Trossard and Ødegaard are both on 4.6 points, Waneri 4.0. Keep an eye on Waneri in use if you've got him. He was limping after he came off last match, though Arteta said it could be fatigue. Well played if you had Mbumo last game. A goal, assist, 3 bonus for a 14-pointer. Only Palmer and Salah have got more points. It's not too late to buy him either. They're home to Everton next, and then they've got Villa, and then they've got Bournemouth away in the blank. On to the forwards then, and we're recording this before Man City play where Haaland may or may not be starting. He has been struggling with a knee problem, and to be honest, although he's top for Gameweek 27 among the forwards, there's no rush to buy him. For most teams, selling one of Salah or Palmer's only route to getting him anyway, who do have better projections this week anyway. Marmoush is the one who's on the watch list really. Let's see what his minutes are like over the next few. Another peak FPL moment last game week though. Welbeck unexpectedly missing out for the Southampton game, which was a fixture of loads of promise. So João Pedro got the start when he might not have done. He came away with a goal and an assist, 3 bonus as well. He's second on the Gameweek 27 table with 4.5 points, home to Bournemouth next, who, as he said earlier, are going to be without Zabanya as well in centre back. If you've got him, then you definitely start him. I probably wouldn't rush to buy though. It is Fulham in Gameweek 28 and it's Man City away in Gameweek 29. Beto's fixtures are looking a bit better for the next 3 game weeks, and then Everton's fixtures are horrendous after that. And he's cheaper at 5 mil, and the man can't stop scoring. 5 goals in his last 4 games. It's Brentford, Wolves, and then West Ham for Everton. Last week, we singled out Wissa and Cunha as the best Gakpo replacements. They both came away with a goal last match. The Leicester fixture is now gone for Brentford, and if you can get only one of them, go for Cunha. They do have perhaps the best fixture run in the league for the next 5 actually. Fulham home, Everton home, Southampton away, West Ham home and Ipswich away. Strand Larsen's return from injury last match should benefit him as well. Finishing up with a quick look at the managers next. We won't do this segment every week, just when there's lots of chips active. And it's quite useful to see which teams are showing potential as well. And I know many of you activated your assistant manager in double Gameweek 25 rather than 24, which means this is your final week with a chip. So it's Glasner top with 10.3 projected points. They're 13th and Villa are 7th, so they're guaranteed table bonus. If Palace can get a result again, then Glasner could be on for absolutely crazy back-to-back scores after that 20-pointer against Fulham. Pereira's in second, 9.4 points for him, home to Fulham. He's also on for table bonus if he can get a result. It feels like in recent weeks, it's kind of shown us the table bonus is where it's at and you've got to chase it really. Like Moyes outscored Slot in Gameweek 24, Emery outscored Slot in Gameweek 25, and then this game week, Glasner, Pereira, Potter coming away with 20 and 19 pointers. It is risky of course, but the potential swings are absolutely crazy. That said, if you want to back the banker pick, then it's got to be Maresca home to Southampton for 1.5 mil. I can't imagine a world where they don't get a result against Southampton, but could be famous last words. He's on 8.9 projected points, which is still very good. Thanks as always for watching. Do hit subscribe if this was a helpful video for you, and let us know what your transfer plans are in the comments. See you soon for the next one.